Is the Amazing Digital Circus really better than Murder Drones, or is it just overrated? Both fandoms commonly debate which show is actually better. Some even saying that the Digital Circus killed the Murder Drones fandom, which I say is being a bit overdramatic. But Digital Circus's fanbase does overshadow Murder Drones fans in terms of their subscribers. With episode 2 of the Amazing Digital Circus coming out today, I thought now would be the best time to have this debate. Here's what we know. When the pilot for Amazing Digital Circus released on October 13, 2023, it very quickly became the most viewed indie animation pilot on the entire platform, having over 300 million views at the time of writing, taking over the internet for quite a while, being all over TikTok, Instagram, and yes, even YouTube, spawning dozens of content farm YouTube channels whose main purpose is that making very rushed content that are only desirous making a quick buck. The show even became self-aware of the impact it's had on the internet to the dismay of Ponme. Not only was the pilot an overwhelming success, it launched Glitch's channel from 3 to 8 million subscribers at the time of me writing this. Since the pilot released, nothing much really came out after that on the channel, besides merch, promotions, and teasers. But we finally got a new episode of Murder Drones on March 29th, 2024, and the numbers grew much faster than their previous Murder Drone episodes, showing that Glitch's new subscribers are also Murder Drones fans and just love all things Glitch all around, showing the true success of indie animation. The likes of the episode topping off at 669,000 likes and 12 million views over the first month of release. However, on April 19th, 2024, Glitch would upload Up Next on the Amazing Digital Circus, which is a teaser promo for episode 2 of the Amazing Digital Circus, following weeks of teaser images on their community tab. The promo was all fine, all things considered, but the most interesting part is the sheer level of success it has in terms of the numbers. The 40-second promo pulled in 14 million views and over 700,000 likes. Sheer insanity. And I'm no mathematician, but that seems to have surpassed episode 7 Mass Destruction in 1/3 of the time, which inspired me to make this video. Is Digital Circus better? Well, in terms of numbers alone, it seems to be a little more successful, but let's cover the Murder Drones fandom as well before we come to a definitive conclusion. Murder Drones debuted on October 29, 2021 and was the first big show that Glitch had ever produced. The story and concept was created by Liam Vickers, who is an indie creator that runs his own channel called Liam Vickers Animation that has grown to almost 700,000 subscribers, and he has created his own show called Cliffside. However, it's only a pilot exists, so I guess it's not really a show now, is it? Murder Drones was a big success. The pilot had gained over 40 million views at the time of me writing this. However, a year after it debuted, episode 2 Heartbeat would release, gaining 20 million views. Far fewer views than the pilot, which had around 43 million. Many see this as the evidence that the fanbase started dying out during long droughts without any episodes. Afterwards, the series episodes would start becoming much more consistent in their releases, until episode 6 Dead End, which was uploaded on August 18, 2023, and we wouldn't see episode 7 released until March 29th, 2024, the premiere of Mass Destruction, which would reveal a lot and was the first episode to release after Glitch's boom due to the overwhelming success of the Amazing Digital Circus, causing the episode to shoot to 10 million views within the first week, being on trending for a few days, but the episode quickly apexed, still standing at 12 million views. And since then, the only news we ever got about the series was that episode 8 would release. And since then, the only news we have about the series is that episode 8 will release next, presumably by the end of this year, which seems to be their goal, and it seems pretty realistic to me. As for the Amazing Digital Circus, a new episode is actually releasing today, and we'll get to see just how much better it does in comparison to Mass Destruction, since again the teaser for episode 2 did better view and on a like standpoint, which again is crazy to even suggest to me, because it's only a 50-second promo. Let that be a prelude to the explosion of the views that this episode is going to happen today. So with the recap of the state of both of the shows, let's discuss if Digital Circus is more successful or potentially even better than Murder Drones. Well, actually, before seeing what's more successful, let's compare the fan bases real quick. Murder Drones' fan base seems to be smaller, however, that does not mean that the show is necessarily better. Digital Circus' fan base has some good and bad like every fandom does. There are some that make theory videos and just generally enjoy the show, and then there are the content farm channels like LankyBox that produce most brain rot-like content known to man, profiting off Circus' success by making children's type content that has no real value in it whatsoever. And considering that Digital Circus has a much larger audience to its farm channels and more common than Murder Drone channels. Cougar McDowell, voice actor, is one example. He makes clickbait content farm-like videos, comic dubs based off Murder Drone's characters, and the entire community collectively hates him. Murder Drone's fans are generally a good community, however the YouTuber side of it feels more like a competition rather than just having fun. But overall, the Murder Drone's community seems to be healthier overall, mostly because it is smaller in size. Now let's discuss which is actually more successful. As I touched on earlier in this video, yes, Digital Circus without a doubt is more successful in terms of likes and views. Just the level of the impact it's had on not only Glitch but the entire platform entirely. When the pilot released, it started to pass a milestone after milestone after milestone, and if I remember correctly, it got 100 million views by the end of the first month of its release, and now stands at over 300 million views with over 6 million likes. 6 million! dominated other platforms such as TikTok and Instagram, with cosplay edits and even comic dubs. However, the latter is best not to be talked about. Now, with this overwhelming success, the pilot alone brought in so many more subscribers, views, and merch sales than Murdrones did upon its initial release, bringing Glitch from a measly 3 million subscribers to almost 10 million at the time of me writing this. And guys, I'm really terrified of how many subscribers Glitch is actually going to gain in the following weeks after today's brand new episode. So after looking at its impact and just how much spawned from it, it's safe to say in terms of financial and analytical perspective, yes, Digital Circus did in fact become the more successful show than Murdrones. As for merch sales, I can't really factor that in as I'm not Glitch and I don't really have access to the amount of sales that they make off their merchandise, but it would be safe to assume it's likely sells much more merch than Murdrones since the show has a bigger audience, but we can't really know for absolute 100% certain. Now let's finally discuss what is definitively the better show. So what's the better show? Well, first of all, let's be honest with ourselves. Even though Digital Circus has now been promoted to season 1 of the Amazing Digital Circus full series, there's only 2 episodes out right now, while Murdrones has 7 episodes with 8 on the way. So it's kind of hard to say what's the better show since we have not seen much of the Digital Circus, and since at the time of me writing this, episode 2 has not come out yet and I have no idea how good it is. But let me know down in the comments. And if we discuss the quality of the pilot episode, that this is a hot take here, but I don't really like the pilot at all. It felt very boring overall and did not give us much to work with, and I did not like it compared to the Murdrones pilot, set up much more and had much more going for it than the Digital Circus did. But that's my personal opinion. Despite the views of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's not praised much for having an interesting story, and the show feels a bit overrated. However, as more episodes come out, we can get a better read on its story quality as time goes on. As for a visual standpoint, it does lack compared to Murdrones. That could also be just its style, but from what we saw from the teaser of the Amazing Digital Circus episode 2, it's pretty apparent that there's a large increase in animation quality, but at the same time, Murdrones saw an increase as well, and still has the edge in terms of his look in my personal opinion. There's still no doubt a large amount of time, effort, and passion being put into both shows simultaneously. From what we have of both shows, it's once again hard to say one way or the other which one is actually definitively better, since again, Digital Circus is so new and we don't have anything else besides the pilot to look at, because right now I'm writing it before episode 2 even releases. Personally, I enjoy Murdrones much more in terms of story and the way the show represents itself with a dark, apocalyptic feel, as opposed to Digital Circus being very colorful, uplifting, kind of looking childish. But we have been hearing that Digital Circus will be working towards gaining its target audience, which is young adults according to Gooseworks. But as for overall, what's the better show, I leave that up to you. You're able to like whatever you want, and if you like Digital Circus more, you're allowed to do that, even if you're wrong. Definitely watch and support both shows so Glitch can continue to make many more as they grow. But let me know down in the comments which show is better. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and take care.